Okay, so I had to record this. It's been like 2 minutes now. He's just been sitting here. It's the start of the game. It's my turn. The screen goes to him, gives priority to him, and he just fucking sits there. He's just fucking sitting there. Uh, what are you doing, King? What's your plan here? Are you trying to win by clock out? Because this isn't how you do it. What is in your hand that is prompting you this, and what about it is making it so hard for you to decide? What's the plan here? What's going on? What the fuck is going on? Well, at least I have my little doggy. I picking a mate is so hard because you have to choose between doggy, Giorgiano, who does rock paper scissors with you, or Sengen, who has such fun noises, and all of them are good. I guess there's also DM here. You can also just click on Dark Magician and let him be homosexual. I think the only good Dark Magician art is that one where he's in that very exaggerated, very homosexual pose, where he's like on his knees, he's got his hand on his head, and the staff's pointing towards you. That one. We're still doing this, by the way. I'm going to record this just so I have like proof that this happened. That somebody just fucking sat here. This isn't a Wi-Fi issue. He doesn't have the disconnect symbol over his head. He just chose to do this. To what end? You can't be running out the clock. There's 30 seconds there, right? 30 seconds divided by 60. That's 5. So eventually, like, 5 minutes will have passed and he'll have to clock out, right? The fuck is going on? Let me look at my extra deck just so I can like have something to happen. Yep. That sure is an extra deck. Are you on Disconnect Turbo? Is this a hack? Is this a Master Duel hack I'm not aware of? I put Yazi in this deck recently. Fuck it. I'm just gonna like do a shitty deck profile while this guy's not doing anything. I put Yazi in here because I wasn't sure about it for a while, and then somebody like beat my ass with it in the mirror match, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. Its most important thing is that it can't be targeted, which means that like if you're under Maxi, it's usually good enough to just make Yazi and pass if you're able to, just because that's like a big wall that you can sit on, and well, your opponent has a couple extra cards instead of all of the extra cards. Because normally Maxi is the end of the turn for Sword Soul. Target a Yang Sing and one card, destroy them, means that like if you don't want the Yazi on field anymore, you can pop it in something else, and then you're like getting advantage off that. And that also procs its own ability, which lets you special summon Elkworm from your deck. And that's not, that's completely unconditional, which means you can get Moye off of it. And then proceed. And then if you have like material on hand, you can Moye effect. Holy shit, we're coming up on 5 minutes. We're coming up on 5 minutes on this recording, and it was already like 60 minutes. What else is in the extra deck? I'm also playing Berserker. This is kind of an unconventional choice, but it's because I'm running the Tenyi counter trap. Most people don't in this deck. It's kind of because it's kind of hard to have online consistently, but you're usually banishing something with Grandmaster's effect, and if that something is a blackout, You can get a token online, which means you have the Omni negate online, which I think is pretty good. Berserker is here because if that counter trap is destroyed before it's flipped up, it just tags out into a non-effect extra deck monster, and Berserker's like one of the highest attack one of those. I guess I could technically be running Gagakigo the Risen instead, because that's another non-effect extra deck monster, but it literally has 50 less attack. So Berserker is technically better in those corner cases where you are making him. You can also make it off of your summon with Shaman, which is I think how you're supposed to play Tenyi. If you're not going into the other Tenyi Link 3, the one that like can't be destroyed by effect monsters. But most of the time when you're making Shaman, it's so you can extend your Moye plays. Holy shit, do something, please, God! What is the plan here? They have one card in the extra. They have one card in the extra deck. What is happening? Am I the bad connection player? Okay, we're at 7 minutes. Yeah, I am also running Shaman and 2 Monk. Monk is usually a one-off in this deck, just because it's a way to get 10 names engraved. I'm playing 2 of it because I kind of just had the extra deck space for it, and it's like you don't care about it too much, so it's something you can send for Prosby or Extrav. I'm also running Geomathemic Final Sigma because it's incredibly funny to make, because you can make it like if you do that combo I did where you Grandmaster use effect to banish Blackout, and then Blackout effect make the token, get the Omni negate, and then somehow the token lives. You can use the token and the Grandmaster to make Final Sigma, which is very funny to me specifically. It doesn't do too much, it's kind of just an unaffected and double attack damage, but he's here. What else? Sinister Sword Soul. So if I ever get to play the game, the plan is to special Vishuda, normal Adhara, and then Longwan effect, sending the Blackout, and then Longwan to make Sinister Sword Soul, and then Adhara and Vishuda to make one of our 8s, or probably Grandmaster, to make Grandmaster. And that'll have the benefit of so we'll draw a card off of the Sinister Sovereign, and then get a search with the Swordsmaster, or no, not Swordsmaster. What's his name? Grandmaster. Get a search with the Grandmaster, and that'll probably set us up for next turn, because this is kind of a bricked hand. This isn't like the ideal hand for Sword Soul, but that said, that play does get us a monster negate, a spell trap banish, and a monster banish. Holy shit. What is happening? 35. Yeah, they have a 40 card deck and 1 extra deck card. I almost want to surrender and give in so they can fucking... If I click auto, does that do something? Let's see the information. Okay, so they've got 5 cards in hand. Wait, what? What other weird things are in my extra deck? A previous version of this deck, I guess, Leo is here pretty much for the same reason Yazi is here, because it's kind of hard to out card. And if you're under max C, a hard to out card is probably the best way to end your turn. Not being able to target with card effects except during my main two means that like Leo is virtually unaffected. Like that is pretty much what it says. There's a very, very narrow area of time in which Leo can be affected, which I think is pretty cool. Plus it's a 3100 attack body, which means it's better than Leo Drake, I guess. I don't know. I don't think this does anything in its associated archetype of Naturia, but like, it's fine. Skylight's here. Skylight is something you can go into if you need to, like, if you're forced to go second and you need to clear the board. Skylight is something you can go into if you know you can make plays after it's summoned. But that has with the caveat that like it will be the only thing attacking that game, so you need to have a planned return for after that. Baxia is also a really good board breaker, probably a better board breaker than Scarlight, actually. I previously ran a version of this deck that had the manga version of... Jesus Christ, it's almost been 12 minutes now. Previously had a version of this deck that had the manga version of Stardust Dragon. Which, if you haven't read it, it's like a quick effect, target monster can't be destroyed by battle or card effect, which means that in the corner cases that you're making a second 8-star monster, it's a good thing to go into to protect your to whatever your 10-star and 8-star is. It's a pretty decent form of protection. Quick effect becoming non-effective. If you've ever played ranked in trains, you'll know that quick effect becoming unaffected is a really good thing, especially on a big body. The prime example being the original train, Dora. What else? DPE's here. You're not usually making Verte Anaconda, but in the corner cases you really need to be making Verte Anaconda. Wow. Truly nothing is happening. Oh hey, my mic's on the ground. Just realized that I have my mic. I could fall into the ground before I started recording, but you couldn't hear any of that. But it was all like black noise, could barely hear it. Probably really echoey. Well, now this is better, hopefully. 14 minutes. I think it was a really interesting decision when they made this the World Legacy dual field for it to do whatever that is. Like, is that what it looks like in lore when the World Legacy cards use their effect? It's just Anaking, I am begging you. Okay, if we get to 20 minutes, I'm giving up. I'm letting him win. Do you enjoy this? Is this a based thing? Should I have a Yu-Gi-Oh podcast? I guess that's what Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel streams are. Is basically Yu-Gi-Oh podcasting. I don't have my webcam on. If I turn my webcam on OBS, will that... Hi. Look at me. I changed where my camera was recently. Oh, well, let me... Yeah, there we go. Is my chair, though? It's not the one. Chair is, though. Tee-hee-hee. Where's a good place for this to be in Master Duel? Because you kind of need to see the enemy life points. Is it here? And like... Yeah, how about that? There. That's where my face cam will be. What if I did this? What if this was my way to stealth launch a fucking Master Duel Let's Play series? In a king, I will give you $5. $5 in a king. A crisp $5 bill. Let's play around with my webcam more. Let's see where else I can go. Hi, doggy. What if I... Ooh, I like this. There's a certain aesthetic appeal to putting the webcam like above the life total, but beneath the... Yeah! Check that shit out, huh? It's got my name beneath it. That's cool. That's something. Nothing is continuing to happen. What does the Final Destination thing say? It says yes, no, A B C D E F G H I J K L M P Q R S T U V W X Y Z, and then a whole bunch of numbers, and then good and bye, and then there's two little green stars. What's that about? Okay, that pose that he does where he like sticks out the staff and like puts his hand on his face. The most gay thing I have ever seen a duel mate do. Oh, that's pretty fucking homosexual. Goddamn. I think of all of the protagonist ace monsters, Dark Magician's the gayest. Like, Neos is up there. Do not get me wrong. Neos is up there. But, like, what else is there? There's, Stardust Dragon... Stardust Dragon is part of a polycule, but I don't think they're gay. Too much of a dragon. Then after that, it's Hope, Utopia, which, like, there is that meme about the translator saying Utopia is a girl's name. But that's not a whole lot. That's not really a fun foundation for a fucking nickname. And then there's... what else? After... Sexual... Oh, yeah, Odd Eyes Dragon. Odd Eyes Dragon is... I feel nothing about. There's nothing to feel about Odd Eyes Dragon, except for contempt for its design. It's a very bad design. And then there's... After that is Firewall Dragon, and Firewall Dragon is too problematic to be a homosexual. Alright, well, it has been 20 minutes. You have successfully bored me to death.
What fucking deck were they on? Okay, match history. What was that one extra deck monster? It was fucking Exodia. They were on Exodia with the blue the Blue Eyes draw engine and everything. Did they brick? Is that what happened? Is they bricked and they just gave up? Or was there some sort of like Master Duel glitch where like they opened all 5 pieces of Exodia and the game just couldn't handle it? Pseudospace. You can banish 1 field spell from your graveyard until the end. Oh, okay. So that's just so you can chicken game more. Why are we running 1 cards of consonants? Well, that was fucking rotten.